If you are thinking about getting your camera into the water, or you've already got a housing and you're feeling a little bit unsure, then this video is for you. Water photography is unreal fun, but there's a fair bit going on once you swim out. You've got waves moving, water drops on the port, changing light, focus problems, settings, safety, and of course the terrifying thought of putting your expensive camera gear anywhere near the salt water. So before you jump in, here are 5 things I reckon you should check first. Number 1 is knowing your housing setup before you get wet. This sounds so obvious, but you do not want to be working things out for the first time on the beach, or even worse, in the water. Know how your camera sits inside the housing, know where the buttons are, check your dials, check your port, check everything locks in properly. It's important to do a dry run at your home before you even think about going near the ocean. Always get people to walk around the backyard, taking photos of their dog. The camera feels so different in the housing, and building this familiarity on land will help more than you actually think. A lot of water photography confidence comes from knowing you're set up well enough that you're not fumbling around when you get things moving. Number 2, make sure your lens and your port suit what you actually shoot. This one is a big one. A dome port and a flat port are not the same thing. Wide angle lenses, longer lenses are not going to behave in the same way in the water either. If you're chasing wide split level shots or water portraits, surf action, waves, wildlife, or more compressed detail shots, your setup matters. You don't always need the fanciest gear, but you do need to understand what your current gear is best suited for. Otherwise, you can end up fighting your setup instead of using it properly. Number 3, sort out your port before you swim out. Water drops, smears, fogging. This is usually one of the first things that drives new water photographers absolutely mad. You can have a great moment in front of you, good light, good composition, everything lining up, and then one stubborn water drop ruins the shot. So you want to have a proper process for your port. Know how you're treating it, know whether you're dealing with a dome or a flat port, know what works and what does not. And be careful with some random advice online. I've seen people suggesting mixing spit and wax on the same flat port at the same time, which is terrible advice and a good example why water photography tips can get messy fast. Number 4, have your settings sorted before you're in the impact zone. Once you're in the water, especially around surf or moving subjects, it's not the best time to be thinking, hang on, what shutter speed should I be on? You want a solid starting point. You need to think about shutter speed, aperture, ISO, focus mode, drive mode, and how much depth of field you need depending on what you're shooting. The exact settings will change depending on conditions, but the big thing is not going in completely blind. If your settings are close before you get in, you can adjust from there. If you're guessing from scratch while getting bounced around, it gets pretty stressful pretty quickly. Number 5, have a simple plan for the session. This might be the most underrated one. Don't just swim out and hope for the best. Before you get in, ask yourself, what am I actually trying to shoot today? Am I chasing surf action? Am I shooting waves? Am I practicing split shots? Or am I doing water portraits? Or am I just testing my setup and getting comfortable? Having a plan makes a huge difference. It helps you choose your lens, your port, your settings, and where to position yourself and how much risk you actually need to take. And remember folks, not every session has to be some epic hero session mission. Sometimes the win can simply be being comfortable with your housing, learning how your port behaves, and testing focus and coming home with your gear dry and a few decent frames. That is still progress. So a quick recap before you put your camera into the water: know your housing setup. Choose the right lens and port setup for what you want to shoot. Sort out your port for clear shots. Have your starting settings ready and go in with a simple plan. And that alone will save you a lot of frustration. Just quickly, if we haven't met before, my name is Tom Woods. I have been a full-time photographer since 2004, and I've spent a huge chunk of that time shooting in and around the ocean, surf tourism, travel, water-based, commercial water photography, and plenty of camera housing missions over the years. I also teach water photography through my water photographer course, where I can help photographers understand their setup, stop guessing, and get into the water with more confidence. All the problems discussed in this video can be overcome, and I have the resources for them in the links below. From the free lens port workshop to the $27 starter course, and for the photographers that really want to move into mastering photography, there's a full-length water photographer program. I also run monthly live Zoom trainings and guest sessions for the paid members. So it's not just a dusty course that just sits online. And this week I've got a short bonus running. If you join Water Photographer before Thursday evening, you will get the personal water photography setup review with me. You can send me through your camera, lens, housing, and port setup along with what you want to shoot, and I'll point you in the right direction by email, Loom video, or if it makes sense, a Zoom call to you. I'll put the link below. If you have been thinking about getting into water photography properly, this is a good little window to jump in. Cheers, legends, and we'll see you in the next video.